Our top story this midday, we have the very latest information on the Italian cruise ship disaster, and one local woman who survived is speaking out today.
Her name is Karen Kennedy. She and her boyfriend Richard Langlands were on that ship when it went aground over the weekend. Now, they safely made it to shore, but over in Italy, authorities now say 11 people have died, and rescuers are still looking for 29 people who are still missing. Now, 10 Your Side's Andy Fox just interviewed Karen Kennedy and joins us from her office in Newport News. Andy, how is she doing after that tragic night and a long journey home?
She's doing as well as can be expected, and so is her boyfriend Rick Langlands. They were traveling together. They have an amazing story to tell, and they really have a lot of good tips on what to do when you are traveling when something goes wrong, because they made all the right decisions. And they also, believe it or not, had dinner with the couple that's missing from Minnesota, Jerry and Barbara Heel, on Friday night, right before all of this happened. They had dinner with a Minnesota couple that is still missing. But we have some video here of what they were going through. They heard a big noise. That's the first thing. And then the electricity started going on and off. And Karen Kennedy was saying she didn't really know what was going on, nor did Rick. So what they did was, being smart travelers, they were assuming that something was going on that they needed to prepare for. So they went down to their cabin room. She grabs her purse. He grabs credit cards. And they are going to the high side of the ship. They go to the high side of the ship. There's a pandemonium is starting to build. There's some hysteria. They go to the life raft where there's not a long line, and they get in that life raft. They get onto the water. They get lowered down. They get to the island. They are one of the first people to get the temporary passports once they're taken to the mainland and then back down to Rome. They're one of the first people to get passports because they were the first in line. They were keeping their minds about them. But the most emotional part of this interview was when Karen was telling the story of Jerry and Barbara Heel, how they had dinner with them shortly before all this happened.
Really, really very kind people.
When you heard they were missing, what did you say to each other?
I was hoping that it was not the people who had dinner with us. And then when we didn't really get confirmation until we were back here yesterday that it was the couple. Sorry.
Just extremely emotional. Karen Kennedy is actually an agent here with State Farm Insurance. I asked the question, guys, whether she had travel insurance, and they both said no, they did not have travel insurance. We will have much more I mean, we have to go in and we really have to digest everything they've said, so we're going to go back, and in our 90 minutes of news, we'll have two reports, one at 5 and 6. And if you're ever going to go traveling, you're going to want to watch these reports, because they're going to give you, when things are going bad, how you've got to keep your mind about you, keep your head about you to make the right decisions. And we'll have that story beginning in the beginning of our 90 minutes at 5 o'clock. Guys, back to you.